So I just thought about, Spirit keeps giving me two words and they're asking me to think about it. They did it yesterday when I went for a walk and I was just cooking, and then they did it again. So now today it's contemporary forgetfulness. And I never really heard those two words together before, but every time they do that, it's tickling my brain. So I just looked up contemporary, and it just means present day, like current, right now. Okay, forgetfulness, we know what that is. What'd you do yesterday morning? Oh, I don't know, I forgot. Forgetfulness, that was just an example, right? Okay. Hello, I'm Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here with Milk, Honey, Rose. Okay, anyway, back to these messages. Now, back to contemporary forgetfulness. So it could be multiple things. It could be from substance abuse can cause contemporary forgetfulness, because if you get too high, you're going to forget something. That's just what it is. You do some drugs, you're not going to remember much of anything, because what is it? The neurotransmitters are just disappearing and disintegrating. So that's basically what helps the messages to be sent through you in order for you to remember things. And if they're all roasted and toasted, then you're not going to have them to fall back on. Okay? Airhead. That just made me think about airhead. Because if all of your neurotransmitters are gone and that's how you receive transmissions, then your head is eventually going to be full of air, and it might, like a balloon. I said a balloon. A balloon. It might, like a balloon. And I don't think you want that. So work on those neurotransmitters by feeding them good stuff. You know, something that's worth looking at, worth analyzing, something that's worth the health of your mind. Okay. Now, I was also thinking about what else is contemporary forgetfulness to me. And I automatically thought about the good times, like the things that are good in life. Because was everything really always all bad? Okay? So when you're fed so much negativity on a regular basis, you could easily forget about, things that could be going on that are positive, that can uplift you, that can encourage you, that can make you feel better on a day-to-day basis, so that you can feel like you can actually do a thing. Because if you're feeling down all the time, you feel like you can't do anything, you begin to become paralyzed, and you just feel like nothing that you try, nothing that you want to do will ever work, because you just feel like, basically, there's many people that can begin to feel like a failure. You're just gonna not have any oomph to go. No energy. The oomph is the motivation, the energy, the ability to be persistent and consistent. Okay? So, Spirit said, I challenge you to think about the good things that happen in life. What are some things in your life that you actually realize that slipped your mind, like from just this thought? Because maybe you've thought about it recently, maybe not. However, if right now is the first time you're tracing back through your life to remember some good things that took place, it can take up space within not just your subconscious mind, but it also takes up space within your consciousness. Because when you are filled with nonsensical information all the time, over and over and over again. I'm not used to this blurred background. It feels like if I back up, I'm going to disappear. But anyway, when you are fed certain information over and over and over again, it can make you forget about things that are worth remembering, because your mind will be filled up. All the space will be taken up by things that aren't even healthy for you to consider or think about. Yes, there's things that we should know about because we're here, so we need to be aware. However, it's also important to keep information within you that's beneficial to your well-being. Because the more goodness you have within you, the more capable you will be to handle tough situations, because everything won't be all bad. I feel like once someone starts looking at their life and livelihood as all bad, it becomes very difficult for you to see a way out of such a place of just everything being just completely horrible, rock bottom type. Okay, but when you do think about rock bottom as well, you can also think about the fact that, you know, once anyone hits rock bottom, the only way is up at that point, right? You're only gonna go up after that. You know, that's good. Capiche? Capiche, yes. So just think about things that are good that happen in your life so you don't end up with contemporary forgetfulness. Because there's so much going on in the present time, the chaos will make you forget about the good things. Just call out as many good things as you can and remind yourself of them on a regular basis so that you're not filled with all of this nonsensical information that's just going to affect you in a negative way. It's going to take a toll on your psyche. And that just makes you vulnerable to the creatures trying to snap onto your spine to see what's inside so they could just manipulate you and have you like a puppet out here. Don't be that person. You don't have to be. You have control. Just remember that. Okay? So, drop it down in the comments one of your most wonderful memories that you may have forgotten about. Maybe if you meditate on that, you know, maybe you could have a dream about it. And it could even be better than you thought. Maybe there's something within your memory bank that will help you in some way now. You know, because sometimes we can remember something that took place in our lives and then realize that that memory is actually beneficial right now. And maybe that's why Spirit gave me contemporary forgetfulness as a topic. Because honestly, I've never used those two words together at once. Anytime I think about contemporary, I think about art or music, not anything that has to do with recall. I never think about that. Like, Spirit is being very creative right now with me. So I'm just letting them do the things that they want to do. Because I trust my ancestors. I trust my spirit family. And I absolutely trust God. So, there you go. There's that beautiful task for you to activate something inside of you that may not be activated for many of you. So again, if you'd like, drop it down below and spread some love on our beautiful wall of comments and express yourself. Express yourself. Say what you want to say. Okay? Whatever you think about. Hopefully it's not like, I don't have any good memories. They're all horrible. I hope that and none of you have that problem. Because it has to be something. It has to be something. Okay? But I don't want you to make it up. I want it to be a real memory so it means something to you. Okay? Hey, that just made me think I said recall. There's a movie called Total Recall. But there's two of them. One is with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the other one is with this other guy. But I don't know his name. And I actually didn't finish it. I'm almost done. I started it a couple of weeks ago and forgot about it. The only reason why I know about this movie is because I was talking to a doctor one day. We were having a whole conversation about movies. And then I mentioned an alien movie. And then he asked me, have you ever seen Total Recall? And I was like, no. What's that? And he said, it's a really good movie. I don't want to mess it up for you, so just watch it. And then when I see you again, we could talk about it. I was like, okay, yeah. So I saw it, and it was like, you know, it started off a little slow, right? And then it started to pick up. And I was like, wait, hold on, what's going on? Because this is confusing. And then I saw that he wasn't who he thought he was, and then he was somebody else on top of somebody else. And I'm gonna just say it like that because I don't even want to mess it up for you. But it was very interesting. Very interesting. Did I mention this? I probably mentioned it already to you guys. I feel like I did in one of the readings. But anyway, recall some good stuff and drop it on our beautiful wall. Okay? Well, if you want to share at least. Only if you would like to share. So you can make somebody else smile, you know? Because good memories bring good feeling, good emotions, you know? And it can also spark ideas into those who read them. So why not share? If you really want to, again. But share. I encourage you to share. So you could express whatever it is that made you happy. And, you know, actually, when you write it down, that's you really confirming the goodness in your life. Like things that happened that actually went well, instead of always focusing so much on what didn't go well. Okay, it's just a shift in consciousness to raise the vibration. And you know we have to do it together. Hello? Are you there? Pick up the phone. Okay, that's it. Everything you do, do it with love. If you'd like to book a coaching call, a reading with me, purchase any of my books, you can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org. And for all of those who did go ahead and purchase the coaching call, just know it's like a week wait. That happens sometimes when it gets backed up. So just know I'm gonna reach out to you, okay? Don't worry. As soon as your place comes up or you come up in the list, then I'm gonna send you an email, and then you're gonna be able to go ahead and book the date that you want on the calendar at that time. And then I'm gonna call you like, hello, how are you? Okay? All right. So that's all for this message. And don't forget to feel free to share the goodness in your life, because everything wasn't bad. There's some good things. I'm sure you could find some good stuff. Okay? I love you. Bye.